you've been working in Inventor for a while, you'll know that in your sketch environment, you can either have individual sketches, and Inventor will automatically pick up the different profiles that you've got in there. Or what you can do is you can also create blocks out of your sketches, and then sort of ascertain motion, or sort of make the blocks or your sketch components move, so you can see the movement that you will have in an assembly before you actually even start drawing up anything in 3D. So that's great. And what we can do is, that you've got blocks in AutoCAD as well. So what happens if we want to use those blocks as Inventor blocks? So your AutoCAD blocks going into Inventor blocks. Pretty easy. Let's go into AutoCAD and see what we've got over here. So in this AutoCAD drawing over here, you can see I've got 3 blocks that I've created. Okay. And with these 3 blocks over here, I just noticed that I know I'm going to revolve this profile around. I don't have a center line, so I'm going to go and edit this block over here in AutoCAD, and then just go and add that center line. So going to my line command, and let's go and just draw a little center line over there. I don't have to have it going all the way through. Inventor does all that for me. Just go save my changes. Now to get into AutoCAD, pretty simple. Use your Control-C, Control-V shortcuts, your Microsoft shortcuts. Go into Inventor, into a part, make sure that you've got a 2D sketch available to you, and Control-V. Just remember to right-click and paste options so that we make sure that the detected units is the same as the units that you've got in your AutoCAD, that you've got constraint endpoints available, otherwise the thing will just explode and your lines will go everywhere. Apply geometric constraints. You want your horizontal and your vertical to be horizontal and vertical. You don't want to have skew lines. It just doesn't make for a very messy drawing. As well as the important one, AutoCAD blocks to Inventor blocks. So if Inventor finds any AutoCAD blocks within the copied information, it's going to convert it to an Inventor block. Okay, so I'm done. I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to go and place my blocks, or my DWG, into my Inventor sketch. Okay, so there we go. What do we see over here? In your sketch 4 in your history browser, you'll see you've got revolve, base, and front. Now you'll ask why there's _1 over there. I've already brought in a front, base, and a revolve, so it needs to just differentiate between those over there. So what are we going to do over here? I can see that I'd actually like that line over there to be a center line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and edit this block over here. So editing the block, select it, and I say, right, you must now be a center line. You'll see that there's a constraint over there, perpendicular constraint. That is one of the options that I had when bringing in this block from AutoCAD. So now that that's been created over there, I'm going to start creating a 3D object out of this. So the base and the front, I can go and I can make this invisible. So that's one of the nicer things also about these blocks. I'm now, sort of taking the visibility off, so making a very complex drawing something much more simple, so that I can get to the nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts of actually what I want to do, and see much more easily the profiles. Because sometimes when you bring in a 2D drawing, you've got all these different profiles to it, and you can't get to the profile because there's just way too much stuff that Inventor's seeing. So just make it invisible. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a revolve, and I want to revolve that profile over there, select axis, and boom, because I made that a center line, automatically revolves it around. Great, 360 degrees, awesome. So here's something you might not have known. Normally what we do in sketches to make it visible, right click, share sketch or visibility. I'm just going to go and drag it above my Revolution 2, and there we can see the sketch. Now you can see over here that base one and front one is still invisible. So what I'm going to do over here now is I'm just going to go and make that invisible, and I'm going to say let's make the base visible. So visibility. So once again there I can go extrude this. Let's make it both ways, and I don't know how big this is, but let's just see how big this is. 32, 40. Let's make it 55. Let's make it 60. Okay, look, I'm happy with that. Okay, so 60, I'm happy with that. Select OK. And then the final one is I want to make this front view visible, visibility, and let's go and extrude this. 1, 2, and 3, both ways. Let's make it 20 mil. Okay, looks good. And there we go. Okay, so we've got our three components over there. One thing that I probably wanted to make components out of this. So in my extrusion 2 and 3, I'm going to go edit this feature and I'm going to make it a new body. Okay, so with that new body over there, it now allows me to edit feature, new body. It makes it much easier for me to now go and make this into three components in an assembly. So you'll see there solid 2, solid 3, and solid 4. And let's just quickly go through that. So we can go off to our Manage tab. And in our Manage tab, we've got our Make Components. So with Make Components, let's just go quickly save it. And under your Make Component selection, we'll see there that we can select what we actually want to import into the assembly. So we're going to have those three components here, solid 4, 3, and 2. We can go and rename it. So if I go to my next tab over here, you'll see that I've got selected bodies. I've got my component name, and that's component name over there. So what solid 4 would be the front. Solid 3, that would be my base. And solid 2, let's just make it my revolve. Okay, so just pretty easy names. And okay, takes those three components now and it inserts it into an assembly as three parts. Okay, and there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Isolate, and there's my revolve that I did. And there is just showing you how quick and easy it is to create an AutoCAD block into Inventor block, and from there using visibility to be able to manage the drawing a little bit better, just with visibility as things can get kind of sticky. We're able to then go create our different features, create it as individual bodies, and create an assembly out of those bodies. Thank you very much for watching.